Okay, let's take a look at a shadow related rates problem. That's number 22 here. So we have a 7-foot tall person that's walking towards an 18 foot tall lamppost. Okay, at a rate of 5 feet per second. So this right here is changing. So I'm going to call this A and this B. I don't like using X and Y's because they're both on the horizontal axis. So I'll call that A and that one B. Although you can call it whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. And so we're going to say that we have A and we have B, right? That A is changing at -5 too, because it's walking towards, so it's got to have -5. Assume the scenario can be modeled with right triangles. Of course it can be modeled with right triangles. We don't need that assumption. At what rate is the length of the person's shadow changing when the person's 18 feet? So they're talking about the shadow's length changing, and B, if you look at this, B is telling me how long the shadow is, okay? So it's a little different question than if it said how quickly is the tip of the shadow moving. It's just saying how quickly is the shadow's length changing. So we're just trying to find dB dt for this one, okay? If it had said how quickly is the tip moving, then we would worry about this whole thing. We'd add the two rates together like we did before. I have to figure out the total change, but we don't need to worry about that. Okay. When the person's 18 feet from the lamppost, that's 18 right there. Okay. This is another example using right triangles, right? Just like our cone example, right? If we look at this guy right here, right, and this triangle right here, they are similar triangles, right? B is to 7 as A plus B is to 18. Okay. You could also set it up as B is to A plus B is 7 is to 18. It doesn't really matter, right, how you set it up. There's, how you set up the proportion, but you will get something like this. That when cross multiplied will give you 18B equals 7A plus 7B, and then 11B equaling 7A. When you take your derivative, then you'll have 11 dB dt's equaling 7 dA dt's. Okay, and it didn't matter that it was 18 feet away. We can just take that -5 and plug it in. Okay, 7 times -5, -35 over 11. What does this mean? This means that the shadow's length is decreasing at 35/11 feet per second. Okay, and you can round it off if you want to. Really no need. Okay, there's my answer. Okay, now if the question had said how quickly is the tip of the shadow changing, you would take this 35/11, you add it to the 5 from before, right, and then you'd have that's how quickly the tip is moving, because the tip is coming all the way from the lamp post there, so it would be that entire thing there. Okay, so that's how that question would change a little bit.